Hey guys, welcome to Tooling with Newman. So I just received my new Klein Tool wire stripper in the mail. I figured let's do a little review on that while also talking a little bit about electrical work. I'm not claiming to be an electrician. I'm not saying I'm an electrician, but I do know a couple of things about it just from being in the industry. So I figured why not just talk about it a little bit today. So here we go. This is the Klein Tool wire stripper slash cutter. This is part number K11095. Let me see that. K11095. All right, let's get them open. So pretty much all wire strippers are the same. And I'm sure 90% of guys just don't even read any of it on it. They just use them. So let's talk about it a little bit. Okay, over here we have made in the USA. Awesome. Over here we have AWG STR, and on this side we have AWG solid. All right, what does that mean? So that means that the right side is stranded wire, the left side is solid wire. What does AWG mean? AWG is American wire gauge. That's basically the standard measurement for the diameter of the wire. So it's universal. That came out in 1857. And it's basically how many times the wire is pulled through dies to get it to that diameter. So obviously, the higher the number is, the smaller the wire is. The lower the number is, the bigger the wire is. So like the largest wire made for the American wire gauge standard is 0.000. The smallest is 40. So basically the 40 had been pulled through dies 40 times. All right, so some of your standard sizes, 14 gauge is like lighting for the bedroom, for the outlets in the bedroom, anything with not pulling any power. 12 gauge is for basically your kitchens and all your bathrooms. 10 gauge is a bit more. Those are for like small electric ovens, like your washing machine, stuff like that. And then 8 gauge is basically your standard oven, AC, anything like that. So those are just a little rough overview on the sizes and what they are. All right, so this AWG stranded, that's this whole side. So you could do 20 gauge, 18 gauge, 16 gauge, 14 gauge, 12 gauge, and 10 gauge. On the other side, the solid, you could do 8 gauge, 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 14 gauge, 16 gauge, and 18 gauge. Okay, you could use all those sizes. Down here, we have these two holes, one hole that says 832, another hole that says 632. What are those? So those are the most common sizes for outlets for the screw sizes. It's basically a shearer. So what you can do is if you unclip this, you could screw a screw in there and then you could shorten your screw if you need to fit it inside. And then we also have a couple of holes up here. That's to put the wire in and bend the wire to make loops. You can see that you put the holes there to go in and bend the wire and make the loops. All right, so here, let's do it. I'll give you an example. So your stranded size, this is your stranded wire here. Let me get it to focus. That's a stranded wire there. Your solid wire is here. This is your solid wire. It's just a solid wire. All right. So how do you do it? So here is, I have some 14 gauge stranded here. So if we know we're doing stranded, we're going to be working on the right side. All right, so you get your 14 gauge, you come from the right side and you come through 14 where you see 14 at right there, and then you clamp down. You could do a little turn and then you pull. There. See that? So that's how you strip that. All right, over here I have a little bit of a thicker wire. So this is a 12 gauge wire. So now this is solid wire. So with solid wire, if you remember, we come from the left side. So I'll come through on the 12, on the solid, clamp down, do a little turn, and then pull. There you go. So that's how you strip the solid there. All right. Over here, I have a couple of screws. So this is a 632. So what we do is you come in, you make sure you line up your holes. See all your holes there? You line up your holes, you screw your screw in. You might need a screwdriver to do this. You screw your screw into whatever size you need here. So let's say I just I want to shorten it just a little bit, like that much. You get it? Now you just got to squeeze down and give it a bit of boom there. Now that screw shortened that size. Okay, you take it out, it's good to go. All right, come a little bit thicker. And then we'll come in on the other side. This is 832, so this is a little bit of a thicker screw, if I can get it in there. There we go. So this is a bit of a thicker screw. So it's gonna be a little bit harder. I'm gonna have to use my big boy strength. So come through, let's say I wanna shorten it that little bit there. You get it, and you squeeze till it shears it off. Boom, there. And then you take it out. Also, on the top of them, you have a little gripper here too. If you need to grab something, or you could use it to twist wires or something like that. They're just a handy little bit. There is various different types of wire strippers out there. I got these because I wanted to put them in my to-go bag. That's why I got them. But my favorite wire strippers are the Knipex Forge wire strippers. That are these, and they're pretty much all labeled the same, you know. So I just wanted to throw that out there. These are a pair of needle nose pliers, but they also have on the inside of there, they have a little wire stripping function there. These guys are old. I've had these 20 years, and it's beat up a little bit. But just wanted to show you that there is other things you could use to strip wires. All right, gang. Well, thanks for watching. Have a good day.